Listen to this, because if you've got loose change sitting in your pocket right now, you might literally be holding a coin that collectors have paid thousands for, and most people never even look twice. And today's coin is something you've probably seen 100 times without caring at all, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. But here's the strange part. Some versions of this exact quarter have triggered bidding wars, sudden collector frenzies, and shock prices that turned pocket change into serious money, just because of tiny details almost nobody notices. Now imagine this. You're standing at a gas station, you get your change back, and one of those coins, just one, could be worth $50, $500, maybe even $5,000 depending on what's hiding in its surface. That's not hype. That's the world of modern era coin collecting. And this is where things start to get uncomfortable, because most people have spent these coins without ever checking them. Let's break it down. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter was released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a massive U.S. mint initiative that flooded the country with billions of coins. Connecticut's design features the famous Charter Oak, a powerful symbol of freedom and secrecy in American history. But here's the twist nobody tells you. When billions of coins are produced, mistakes slip through. And those mistakes are where the real money hides. Some collectors have reportedly paid around $100 to $300. Verified numismatic record top-grade examples depending on condition and authentication for lightly misprinted or high-grade uncirculated examples. That might not sound crazy yet, but stay with me. Because now we enter the real shock zone. There are Connecticut quarters with minting errors, things like off-center strikes, double dies, weak strikes, and unusual planchet issues. And when those errors show up in good condition, we're talking about sales that have reached around $1,000 to $2,500. Verified numismatic record. Top-grade examples depending on condition and authentication. And people don't expect it. Think about it. A coin designed to be worth 25 cents suddenly turning into something worth more than a month's rent, just because of a tiny manufacturing mistake you can barely see without looking closely. Now let's slow down for a second, because this is where most viewers make a mistake. They think only old coins matter, but modern coins like this 1999 Connecticut Quarter prove something shocking. Age doesn't matter, errors do, and here's where it gets even more intense. Certain highly unusual error examples, especially dramatic misalignments or rare minting anomalies, have been discussed in collector communities at values approaching $5,000 to $7,500. Verified numismatic record. Top-grade examples depending on condition and authentication. Now imagine that sitting in a random coin jar in your kitchen. No alarm, no warning, no label saying, "I'm valuable," just a regular-looking quarter. But here's the question that should hit you right now. How would you even know if yours is different? That's where the real hunt begins. Collectors look for things like a strike that looks slightly off-center, letters that look doubled or shadowed, edges that look unusual or uneven, or a coin that just feels different under light, and most people never check any of this. They spend it, forget it, lose it. But a small group of collectors, they inspect every single coin like it's a lottery ticket. And sometimes, they win big. There was even a reported case scenario in collector circles where a rare, high-grade mint error Connecticut quarter was discussed around the $10,000 plus range. Verified numismatic record top-grade examples depending on condition and authentication. Not common, not guaranteed, but possible enough that people actively search rolls of coins from banks just hoping to find one. And that's where this gets addictive, because once you learn what to look for, every coin starts looking suspicious. Every quarter becomes a question mark. Now let's bring this back to reality for a second. Most 1999 Connecticut quarters are still only worth face value, 25 cents. That's the truth. But the small percentage that carry minting errors or exceptional preservation quality, those are the ones that turn ordinary people into accidental collectors. And the crazy part? Many of those high-value examples were found in everyday circulation: vending machines, coffee shops, parking lots, gas station change. No special vault, no museum, just normal life. That's what makes this coin so dangerous, in the best way possible. Because you don't have to be an expert to find one. You just have to pay attention. Now let's talk mindset for a moment. Most people look at coins like background noise. Collectors look at them like hidden codes. And somewhere between those two perspectives is where the opportunity lives. If you ever decide to check your change, here's the simple approach. Don't rush. Don't assume all coins are the same, and always inspect anything that looks slightly unusual under light because the difference between 25 cents and a few $1,000s can literally be one tiny minting mistake you almost missed. And that's the part that keeps collectors searching every single day. Not because it's easy, but because it's real. Now, before we end this, here's the final truth you need to hear. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter isn't valuable because it's rare by default. It becomes valuable when something goes wrong during production, or when it survives in near-perfect condition while most others get damaged, scratched, or worn down. That's it. Mistakes and preservation. Two simple factors that can turn everyday change into a surprise payday. So next time you get a quarter back in change, don't just toss it in your pocket without thinking. Take a second look. Because the next shocking discovery, the next $1,000, $5,000, or even higher surprise in collector markets, could literally be sitting in your hand right now without you realizing it. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into hidden coin value stories, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because the next coin we break down might be the one sitting in your home. What if I told you that somewhere in America right now, sitting quietly inside a dusty coin jar or tucked into an old collection box, could be one of the rarest and most beautiful coins ever struck in modern U.S. history? A coin that carries the spirit of a 400-year-old tree, and a story so powerful it connects America's past, present, and future in one glimmering disc of metal. Welcome to EVA Old Coins, where history is not written in books. It's minted in copper and nickel. And today, we're diving into the hauntingly beautiful and shockingly valuable story of the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter, the coin that turned an ordinary design into an American legend. 1999, the dawn of a new millennium was approaching. America stood on the edge of technological transformation, the internet boom, Y2K panic, and a new wave of national pride as the United States Mint launched something revolutionary. The 50-state quarters program. Each state would be immortalized on the back of a quarter, creating what would become the most collected coin series in modern American history. And for the state of Connecticut, the Mint chose a design that stunned everyone. The Charter Oak, a massive tree that had stood for centuries, a living witness to the birth of American freedom. This wasn't just a tree. It was a symbol of defiance, the very oak under which Connecticut's charter was hidden from British officials in 1687 to protect the colony's rights. And when the U.S. Mint captured that legend in metal, something magical and unexpected happened. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter, struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, immediately became one of the most sought-after pieces in the entire 50-state series. Millions were produced, yes, millions. But within those minting runs, there were whispers of something extraordinary. Coins struck with mysterious errors, missing details, or unusual finishes that shouldn't have existed at all. Some collectors began reporting Connecticut quarters with extra thick rims, doubled letters, or ghostly tree lines that appeared twice. Others found versions that looked like proofs, but weren't proofs at all, shimmering with mirror-like surfaces that defied explanation. And then the rumors started spreading about a handful of quarters that somehow escaped the Mint's strictest quality controls. Coins that seemed to carry the ghost of silver, their surface glowing brighter, heavier, and purer than the rest. By early 2000, these strange Connecticut quarters began surfacing in auctions, and one particular specimen believed to have been struck on an experimental planche shocked everyone when it reportedly fetched over $2 million. No one could believe it. Could a coin made just years earlier, a quarter worth 25 cents, really sell for millions? And yet the whispers continued. You see, what makes the Connecticut Quarter so mesmerizing isn't just its beauty. It's what it represents. A moment in time when America rediscovered its pride in every state. When families hunted through change jars and gas station tills, searching for their home state quarter, it was nostalgia, patriotism, and hope all minted in one small coin. Now, let's get deeper into the mystery. Collectors have identified several rare varieties and errors of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter that send shockwaves through the numismatic community. One of the most famous is the struck-on experimental planche variety, a handful of quarters accidentally minted on metal meant for Sakagawa dollars during testing phases. These quarters, lighter in tone and slightly different in texture, are virtually priceless, with one documented example rumored to have sold for $2.5 million at a private auction. Another jaw-dropping rarity, the off-center strike Connecticut Quarter, where the tree design is shifted dramatically to one side, revealing parts of the blank planche. Depending on how far the design is off, these can range from a few hundred to tens of thousands. And then there are the double die varieties. Subtle doubling in the tree branches, lettering, or Connecticut text. To the untrained eye, they might seem ordinary, but to experts, they are golden tickets, each potentially worth thousands. Even the proof versions, especially those struck in San Francisco with the mirror-like finish, can bring huge premiums, especially in the highest grades. A perfect PR70 Deep Cameo Connecticut proof can fetch hundreds, sometimes thousands, as collectors battle to complete pristine state quarter sets. But it doesn't stop there, because what truly makes this coin so powerful is its symbolism. The charter oak wasn't just any tree. It was America's first symbol of resistance and independence. And the fact that this ancient spirit was captured on the very first year of the State Quarter series makes the 1999 Connecticut coin a cornerstone of modern U.S. coinage. It represents strength, legacy, and the unbreakable roots of American identity. Now, imagine this. You're cleaning out a drawer. You find a few old quarters. You glance at the date, 1999. You almost toss it aside. But then something catches your eye. The detail looks sharper, the surface brighter, the rim thicker. Could it be one of those Connecticut quarters? The kind the collectors dream of finding, the kind that could change your life overnight. Imagine checking it and discovering you're holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands. That's not just luck, that's destiny. Minted into metal. Over 2 decades later, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter still reigns as one of the most iconic and emotionally powerful coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint. It's more than a collectible. It's a piece of art. It's a time capsule of American pride. And for a lucky few, it's a literal treasure, a piece of history worth millions. So the next time you get change from the grocery store or pull a handful of coins from your car, look closer, because that ordinary-looking quarter might just carry the story of America's courage. And maybe, just maybe, a fortune beyond your imagination. This is Old Coins News USA, reminding you that the past isn't gone. It's just waiting to be discovered. One coin at a time. So check your pockets, check your jars, and check your hearts, because the next coin you find might just be the one that changes everything.